Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're starting a new series called How We Lead, where my aim is to show you and teach you the ways in which I manage my squad through the course of a match. Throughout the video, I'll be pausing and slowing down the footage so we can take a deep dive into my decision making and also criticizing the poor choices by my squad mates and most importantly, my own. My aim is not only to help those who feel deterred from taking the squad leader kit, but also to help seasoned SLs like myself to get even better at the game. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. So let's talk about unit composition, because I feel like this is something that a lot of squad leaders underuse or flat out ignore. This pertains especially to those of you who are new to squad leading. In a moment, you will hear me tell my squad exactly where I need them to be. The important thing to pay attention to, though, is that I tell them to move to a location that has been specifically designated to the fire teams that they're in. Charlie, I'm going to have you guys move northwest through the buildings. Bravo, stay back and secure the perimeter and help me dig up the fob. We'll regroup with Charlie once we complete our mission. I learned this a long time ago from a squad leader I fought alongside for a few matches. I've rarely seen it used since, but I honestly believe it should be used more frequently. As soon as the round begins and people join my squad, I divide my men into Fireteam Bravo and Charlie. Each person is chosen not at random, but rather for a purpose. To put it simply, Bravo Fireteam is my anti-armor squad. This unit is always made up of riflemen, grenadiers, medics, and of course, light anti-tank and heavy anti-tank kits. These are the guys that are going to see most of the action, because they are the most capable and aggressive members in the squad. Charlie is my fire support squad. It's always made up of marksmen, heavy and light machine gunners, and the occasional rifleman or medic. These are the guys that I normally call on to carry out logistical duties like building up fobs, doing logi runs, but most importantly, supporting Bravo to carry out their objective with point suppression and area suppression when possible. For some reason in this round, I decided to make Bravo dig up the fob instead of Charlie, but this normally is not the case. With that said, please make note of the fire teams that you're in so we're not running around. If you're new, feel free to ask questions. Happy to help you with anything you need. Just don't be asking it when we're literally getting shot at, you know what I mean? So now's the time if you're confused. So taking a look at the map, we can see that my move mark is nowhere near a relevant objective. I didn't choose to do this because I've decided not to play the objective this game, but rather because I've decided to take a risk and set up a spawn point in a location where my next objective is likely to be. We can see Squad 4 doing the same thing by going further east to Bazaar. Now, going this far east this early in the game with a logi truck full of infantry is a huge risk, especially on invasion. Firstly, there's a very high chance of running into enemies setting up defensive FOBs. Secondly, there's a great deal of manpower here that is way too far away from any relevant objective. And thirdly, we risk losing a logistics vehicle that, if not destroyed, will remain this far into the map and will prove very difficult to recover. I've chosen to go here because not only is it likely to be the next objective to pop up after Al Jamora, but it can also be used as a flanking fob in the case Al Jamora proves difficult to capture. Now, I'm not saying that this shouldn't be attempted, as there are times when fobs like this can seriously pay off in the long run, but most often the risks outweigh the benefits almost every time. It looks like we're going to get the first cap easily. No one's dying on cap, so we're going to push in a little bit deeper. Well, this is a situation that nobody ever really wants to find themselves in, but if you find yourself in it, you better hope to God he doesn't see you, because 9 times out of 10, you're not getting away from this alive. Get out, lat, get out, lat, get out, some lat, get out.
We're trying to get to the east side of
Shit.
It's aiming at us.
Copy.
Nice.
Let's get range.
Should we?
So this isn't the smartest rally I've ever put down, mainly because if that vehicle drives over this way, he's going to immediately burn it, but it's the best situation that we had at the time. So I wouldn't take this back, but normally if you can, I'd try and get this rally a little bit further away from the point of interest, simply because there's a high chance of it getting burned and your guys are going to be out of the fight for the foreseeable future. That being said, it's better to have a rally down and risk losing it than not getting one down at all. Yes, engage.
Tracking.
Fuck.
Range.
Ones. Gunners off.
Fucking Logi is still alive.
Good toys.
Take it on. Take it on. Hitting him.
Okay, he's gonna die.
Hitting him one more time.
Reloading that.
Save your ammo, save your ammo. He's not gonna make it out of that. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Actually, there you go.
Yep.
It was pretty
Alright,
hit
let's get in the vehicle.
And once with the heat.
Let's get back in.
Good fucking job, everyone.
Jesus.
That was just luck. That was just really lucky, honestly.
Down.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, boys, good luck. Charlie, you know the deal. Bravo, let's get this done. 600 build, 1,000 ammo. Rally's up.
Okay, guys, what's the situation? Let's go, Captain. SL, should I move Logi?
Yes, sir, please, thank you. So, right there, Black Beast just asked me if he should move the Logi, and I said yes. This is very important, especially if the Logi is parked right next to the radio, because experienced players will immediately recognize a Logi truck, and usually a Logi truck indicates that a radio has probably been placed nearby, and subsequently a fob will be nearby as well. So usually you want to get the Logi truck as far away from the radio as possible, preferably as quickly as possible, and my teammate here has volunteered to do so, and that's really great.
Yeah, I got eyes on that Logi. 50 meters southwest of Skin again. Close to the hub. The squad disembarked from it. Yeah, they're just putting it full up.
Push it, or mark it, please. So my teammates have just spotted a Logi with a full dismount of infantry currently trying to build up a fob. Now my first instinct to this is always to push said Logi as quickly and as hard as possible. It's always 10 times easier to deny the enemy a spawn point in the moment rather than it is trying to find and destroy an enemy spawn point later on down the line when you have massive amounts of enemy infantry spawning on said location.
In the boat, clear.
Alright, clear. Start digging the sticks. There, every radio can't be...
Oh, there's guy
Let's get a GL in that window.
Hit once.
Do we have riflemen here? Ammo?
Should do.
Can someone hear the medic?
Yeah. Rifle
Yep,
move
I'm
here.
white, it's close.
Take down, take.
We found a fob here, we're digging it down. After having successfully cleared the Russian fob of enemies, I order my men to dig it down to sticks. Digging it down completely is a big no-no in my opinion, as it would only help the Russian team to build another hab within their radio's radius, as it still hadn't been located. Unfortunately for them, we found the radio within a few short minutes, destroyed it, and began making our way to the southeast flank of Aljamora, which, as I had previously predicted, would prove difficult to capture. Sounds we got a VSS on the roof. So, we're on the cap now, but as you can see, we're not actually capturing the objective. This can only mean that we're currently outnumbered by the enemy. In situations like this, I'll normally tell my guys to play as defensively as possible and allow the enemy to come and seek us rather than vice versa. Being aggressive when outnumbered is really risky, especially considering the enemy has now been made aware that we are flanking from this angle, and it's only a matter of time before they begin to seek out and disable our spawn points. 2 chevrons on Jamora. Oh, he's up here.
I'm pushing up north.
He's pushing me. Grenade, watch out. He's probably gonna nade that.
Cover the door, Alan.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal. He's gonna push when he hears me healing. Cover the door. Yeah, there he is. There he is. He's dead. That was a bit crazy. We need more bodies on cap.
We're coming in.
It's probably just one squad right now because it's neutral. They're not capping it back. To quickly explain what I mean by this, if you look here, you can see the cap speed has come to a standstill. It's not bleeding in our favor, nor is the enemy gaining back full control. This can only mean that we are currently facing an equal amount of resistance on the objective. It's pretty much going to come down to who has the better spawns, as they will be able to quickly replenish the point with manpower and ideally call on additional reinforcements.
Yes, exactly.
And just like that, we're surrounded and outnumbered. The enemy team has better fobs in closer locations than us, meaning that they can reinforce it faster, and we just can't keep up. No way, man. So by the time we were able to redeploy and get back into the fight, our team immediately counterattacked and managed to successfully capture the objective. To my surprise, the next cap location was exactly where I placed the first fob at the beginning of the match. Unfortunately, the enemy managed to disable it just as we were about to spawn on it. But lucky for us, Squad 4's hab, which had been placed at Bazaar at the start of the match, was still operational, and we began to use it as a flanking fob for the Crossroads Stronghold objective. In this case, this gamble paid off big time.
The other side.
Guys, keep moving. I'm gonna quickly airstrike the hab that apparently is in the open. So on our way to the Crossroads Stronghold, a member of our team ended up calling out a enemy hab directly on the point, which was apparently also very closely situated to our old hab. As the commander, I decided to fall back to our friendly fob, throw up a UAV, and see if I could get eyes on it, so maybe I could drop some artillery or possibly even an airstrike.
Enemies inside the point, Crossroad.
I suppose we're going there.
I have eyes on. Yep. So while I was sitting in the UAV, I was going over a pretty serious dilemma in my head, because I knew I wanted to use an artillery strike now that it had just readily become available to me, but I also knew that this area is very heavily fortified and the enemy can very easily run to cover in a matter of seconds. So not only do I risk wasting assets on a heavily fortified objective, but also once the arty barrage lifts, I didn't really have enough friendly units in the area to rush the objective before the enemy had time to reman their positions. At the very least, the arty barrage will disable their hab, which will give us maybe just enough time to get in there and stop them from building it back up. Got a few guys pushing towards you guys, going west, east, I mean, sorry.
Right until it's finished.
Alright, hab is down to sticks. Hab is on sticks, boys.
End of mission.
This is the last volley. Last volley. Alright, you're clear to move. Clear to move, gentlemen. Get in there.
Push. We've got contact ground level in between our positions.
Currently, no one has gone in to dig up the hab. It's still on sticks. Hab is still on sticks. No one's gone in to repair it yet.
Oh, fuck yeah, I got too far. There's a few on them, though. Like,
There's few on a roof. There's few on a roof. Covering from the roof. One in the window right here. Two in the window on my observe. So it looks like we got really lucky here. And as expected, the RD strike managed to disable the Russian fob. And to my surprise, the Russians didn't really make much of an effort to try and reconstruct it. Instead, they decided to hunker down and hold what they had left. And in the end, we ended up overwhelming them and eventually managed to take the objective. So the next cap ended up being Bazaar, and we got extremely lucky here because Squad 4, who had placed a hab here at the beginning of the match, found it to be still completely operational, and we used it to our advantage by spawning here before the enemy was able to even reinforce the objective, and we ended up steamrolling them off the point here in a matter of a few minutes. They're pushing hard. They're pushing back hard. Early capping one Chevy.
oh wow.
I need bandage.
Enemy armor coming south with NBT.
What? Dude, how in the... So we've successfully pushed them back to their fourth and final cap. But to our surprise, they're putting up a very stiff and fierce resistance. Our entire team has managed to establish flanks on the north, east, and also southeast flanks quite well, but still, we're barely able to budge through the lines, only managing to get a few guys in at a time. At this time, I'm thinking that a push like this is unsustainable, and we have to figure out a solution to the problem fast, or we're in serious jeopardy of losing the game.
We've got enemy infantry marked near our rally.
How did I survive? And you didn't. So this is the moment I realized a direct push across the high street isn't going to be enough, as the enemy defenses are way too strong, and they're also covering all their flanks at an exceptional rate, making it very difficult to even pierce through the gaps. The only potential thing that could save this game is if I throw up a UAV, locate their hab, drop an arty barrage on it, and hopefully open up the flanks for a push.
UAV ready. Inbound.
So for the next couple of minutes here, I'm just going to let the tape play instead of stopping and fast forwarding, because I feel like there's a lot to see here and it would just be a shame if you missed it. So let's get stuck in.
I need a hero.
Keep holding them, squad 2 if you can. Artillery's coming in. There's so many of them out there trying to kill you right now.
We die.
Oh shit.
No.
Shit. Good effort, squad 2.
Fire for effect. Over.
Rounds down range. Rounds down range, over. Take cover. Woo! Love the smell of freedom.
RT's got one infantry to your southeast.
End of fire mission. Target.
Fire mission over. Last volley. Push in. Push in. Push in. Last volley. Come on, boys. Push out. Go, go, go. Get in there. Get in there. Go, go. A bunch of people recovering on my observe mark. A lot of people right there. Huge concentration of infantry here. They're pushing back into their cover.
BMP's dead.
Alright, boys, that's good. Their hab is definitely disabled now. Or proxied, sorry.
That's well done, gentlemen.
Way to go. Awesome. Hell yeah, boys. Good shit. And just like that, the arty barrage managed to save the day and open up the gaps for our guys to flow in and capture the objective. The main difference between this arty barrage and the previous one that I had used was that this time my team were in perfect position to move into the cap immediately after the arty barrage had lifted, making it extremely difficult for the enemy team to reman their positions fast enough in order to stop our advance in time. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it here for this episode. We're probably going to be doing more of them. If you like it, please let me know in the comments. That way I know if I need to make any more of these. If you have anything to say or if you do anything differently, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you liked the video, please drop a like. It helps me out massively. If you didn't like it, do the same thing, because I'm pretty sure that also helps me as well. So either way, it helps. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. My name is Sledge, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.